Welcome back to the tutorial on Introduction to SQL. So in the last session, we have studied how to join the two tables. Today we'll try to explore few of the commands related to how to use such type of join table and what kind of questions can we solve on those join tables. So let us just move to our workbench. I hope you are familiar with this data. So this is nothing but a data that we have created last time. So in this case, if someone asks you that let us start from a simple questions. Select calls and minutes for female gendered customers. And you may write select calls, comma. Next task is minutes. Type the name of data set. So the name of data set is result, where gender is equal to female. This is the simplest kind of question that we have solved. Suppose the question is select calls from result where gender is equal to male and active status is equal to yes. So we'll say that select calls from result. We again need to write where gender is equal to male. Here there are two conditions, so we need to have and in order to join these two conditions. So we'll write and. The another condition that we have is the active status should be yes. So we'll write that and the active status is equal to yes. Let me just check the table names once. Yep. So we have active as a column name. Let me just quickly check how the yes is written. It is with Y capital. So we have to write exactly in the same way. So we are writing like this. I think there is one space in this name. So you have to write exactly in the same way. Otherwise, it won't be able to find out the entity properly, and so it won't be generating the result. So be sure that you are writing the name exactly as it is given in the data. So this is how generated. So here the value of gender is male and the active status is equal to yes. Similarly, if someone asks you to find out the female gendered customers whose active status is suppose say no, in that case we'll write select say cust ID calls from result where the value of gender is equal to female, and we'll say the another condition is active status has to be yes or no, whatever it is required for the question. So this is basically how you can build composite query, which is nothing but a combination of two or more queries. Then if someone asks you to arrange the data as per the ascending order of the calls, that means the people who have used the calls to the least amount, they should appear at the top. So we can say that select star from result order by which column? So suppose say by calls, or let us say by amount. And here I would limit my result to 5. So it will be showing just first 5 observations. So here you'll find out the least amount and then the amount is gradually increasing. If someone asks you to find out people who are using with respect to minutes up to its highest, that means you have to perform the descending order sort. Then how one can write this? So we can say that select star from result. Again, we need to order by whatever column. So for example, minutes. Here, you simply have to write one extra argument, that is DESC. and limit your results to 5 observations. So you'll find out that these are the highest minutes, then gradually the minutes are decreasing. Then if someone asks you that what is the average of minutes column for male and female customers. So here you need to group the data of male customers and the female customers. So for that reason, you need to use something called as a group by. So we can say that select will display gender. Along with that, will display average value of suppose say calls. This should be written inside. And this data, we are supposed to group this data as per the gender. So as per gender, we are grouping this data. So let me just explain you what this command is all about. So we are saying that we have to select the gender and the average number of calls from the data set. We just missed writing this from this result data set in such a way that we want to group that data by gender. So you'll find out that this is the average value of calls for the female gendered and this is the average value of call for the male gendered employees. Similarly, if someone asks you to find out maximum minutes that are spent with respect to active status. So you can say that select active, that's the name of column, and maximum number of minutes from result, which you have to group by active status. So these are the maximum number of minutes spent by those who are still active, that is 23079. And these are the maximum minutes spent by the customers who are not active, that is 16688. So this is basically how you can write some of the queries in order to get the insights out of your data. So suppose someone asks you to find out the customers whose value of amount is greater than the average value of amount. How to solve this? So we can say that select star from result where the value of amount is greater than, you can say that select average value of amount from the dataset result. So this is one way of solving the query. So how it works, this is basically called as subquery. So in subquery, we write query inside the query. The inside query is always ran first, and whatever is the output generated by this inside query or inner query is given as input to your outer query. So first it will find out the average value of amount, and then it will filter out only those rows which are having the value of amount greater than the identified average value of amount from result. So for example, in the next question, suppose we want to find out the people or the customers who are having the value of calls greater than, not greater than, we can say we can create some different question, greater than or less than the average value of amount, or we'll take minutes this time. So we'll say that select star from result where minutes are less than, we'll write the subquery here, select minutes or select average of this minutes from result. So it will first find out the average of minutes column from the result. It will display only those results where the value of minute is less than the average value of minute in the given data set. So this is basically how the method is used in order to create the subqueries, or you can write nested queries in a simplified way if you are using subqueries effectively. This is the answer generated for the query. So these are the people who have used their minutes less than the average minutes of the result. So like this way, you can join the table and you can get a lot of insights from that table. So like the queries that I just created for you, You can create your own questions and you may try to find out the solutions for them using the concept of order by, using the concept of group by, using the concept of having, where clause, and so many other type of questions you can answer once you know how to join the complicated data and to run the query on that. I just hope the tutorial was helpful enough to understand how to run all these queries on the given data. In the next tutorial, we'll again come up with the data set with the join and one more new topic called as views. Till the time, thank you. Stay tuned.